few days ago I bought this Canon AE-1 used on Facebook Marketplace, along with 4 lenses. Today we're going to be putting this thing through its paces, and we'll see what it can do. Hope you enjoy. Mechanically and electronically the camera appears to be working just fine, which bodes well. To make matters more interesting, I'm also going to be loading this with bulk film, as I don't have any individual rolls left. To make matters even more interesting, this is old expired motion picture stock. This will be fun. I'll be right back. Right, our first shot's just going to be some grass, nothing awfully interesting. I metered it, let's shoot. I'm at f2.8 and 128 for the second. Yep. Next up, a little saddle stone. We're going a second at f16. Right, I've shot a film, let's develop. I'll be developing in HC110 with a indicator stop and rapid fix. Welcome to my bathroom. Important note before we start, if you're ever doing development in the bath or the sink in your bathroom or you're in your kitchen, always make sure to clean thoroughly afterwards, as these are pretty nasty chemicals. I'll be developing for 4.5 minutes, stopping for 30 seconds and fixing for 4 minutes. 4 minutes is a bit overzealous for fixing, but I prefer the results to be not underfixed, to be honest with you. And as far as I'm aware, you can't overfix film. Not for 4 minutes anyway, you can't. Right, that's our 30-second agitation done, the initial 30-second agitation, and then it's 5 seconds every 30 seconds. agitation of the developer. Let's get ready to pour that out. There goes my alarm. And go stop. Stop. Right, let's pour that out. Right, we have developed. Let us fix this, and then we'll rinse, and then we'll see if we've got anything, and we'll just sort this out before we fix. Right, we are ready for fixing. You set me timer to 4 minutes, and we'll fix. Right, here we are at the end. Let's pull out the fix. We can rinse. Now, how I rinse is, I fill this up. I found a guide on YouTube. I'll link it in the description. You fill it up, agitate, invert 5 times, pour it out, pour in more water, agitate 10 times, pour it out, pour in more water, agitate 20 times, and pour out. That's the agitation pattern. I use agitation. That's my tongue. Rinsing because it uses less water, and we're on a meter. So. Right, see if we've got anything. If we do, I'll drop some photo flares in there, because we have quite hard water here. Right, moment of proof. Do we have anything? We do indeed. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Is the thing focused? Oh, heaven knows. Nope. Focus. There you go. There are photographs there, though you probably won't be able to see them. There are photographs there. So. Put some water in that. Suicide at home. Right. Kodak Professional Photo Flare. This is just for if you have hard water. It's a wetting agent. It helps it dry evenly and reduces stains, etc. So, general rule of thumb. Just betting. Thank you very much. The cap fell off. And then you just agitate that in there. That's quite good. I'm going to go and hang this, and then we'll be able to look at the results. Yep, we definitely have photographs. The purpose of this video was not to make brilliant looking photographs, it was to test the camera's functionality and ensure there are no light leaks, etc. before putting a more expensive film through this camera. So please bear that in mind before judging these photographs too harshly. If you ignore the fact that this film is, well, awful, then the photographs are actually sort of alright. Also, my scanner needs, well, work, let's say. So that explains the lines going horizontally, and then the dots are the film. But the actual photographs themselves look quite good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to run an actual film through this camera. If you ignore the fact that this photograph is A, underexposed, and B, well, awful, it doesn't actually look too bad. Apart from the lack of detail in the shadows and the copious amounts of dust in my scanner, this one looks alright. I have been able to get some alright looking photos out of this film stock, including these two that I shot on my Pentax ME Super. The camera appears to be working fine now, with no light leaks as far as I can see. One small problem I had when shooting is that the shutter didn't always fire, it would sometimes stick. The cure to this was shaking the camera slightly, and then it would work again. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.